Leather, a lot of times it's used to give off kind of a bad boy kind of vibe. Other times it's really just giving like a masculine, nice, warm spice type of feel. Overall, it's very nice, especially if you wear it right. So here's some of my favorite leather forward fragrances. First up, we've got Roberto Cavalli Uomo Golden Anniversary. This is really good. If you've tried any of the Uomo fragrances by Roberto Cavalli, you know that they're like that violet leaf in there is just really, really well done. And this takes that kind of like adds a little bit of like a fruity kind of leather aspect to it. Keeping the violet still like center, but it's very like nice, smooth and creamy. There's a little bit of oriental spice in there. Overall, you just get a very nice, very unique type of leather fragrance that's just gonna make everyone just question, what are you wearing? After that, we have Kenzo Homme Eau de Parfum. This is very unique. This is what a lot of people refer to as like an aquatic leather fragrance, and honestly, that's a perfect way to describe it. It's got that marine kind of feel, so you get the freshness from that marine feel, and then the leather, and there's kind of give it like a nice, like dark, spicy kind of leather. Mix those two together, you get something that you can wear kind of year round. But overall, what it mainly does is kind of give a more bad boy kind of vibe. Like imagine just like if you took like the innocence of fresh fragrances, added some bad boy vibes in there. That's basically what you get here. Again, gives a unique kind of take on the aquatic, gives a unique kind of take on your personality, and overall it just smells really good. We got a twofer here. We got Strong With You Leather and Rayhaan Corium. The reason I'm including this is because this is just a lot cheaper and a lot more accessible. This, first of all, can be pretty hard to find, and it also is a lot more expensive. It is a Middle East exclusive, that's what makes it pretty hard to find. But this one's a lot cheaper, a lot more accessible, and that's the only reason I'm including this. The quality on this one is way better, but still get the same idea with this. That all said, this takes a Stronger With You like DNA, adds some spicy leather to it, which just makes it that much better, a lot more masculine in my opinion. Stronger With You intensely is good. It does add some spice to that Stronger With You DNA, but the leather spice aspect of this kind of adds a little bit more just for me. It kind of sets yourself apart from all the people trying to buy Stronger With You intensely right now, and just overall a little bit more of like a bad boy kind of feel. It smells really good, and that's why I had to include this, because you need to have this DNA. After that, we have Bentley For Men Intense. This is a pretty polarizing fragrance. It's basically got that sweet, resinous, woody, smoky kind of feel with some leather in there, which is what makes this like the leather fragrance that a lot of people like to have. It's also very suede leather. Somebody once told me that I basically smell like a brand new Bentley like leather seats, which he meant it as a good way, and I took it as a good thing, so I mean, I'll take it, right? But the DNA is not really meant for everybody. You either love it or you hate it at this point. It is pretty accessible. As far as the price, it's like pretty cheap in most places you can find it, especially discounters. As far as the scent itself, it's a pretty good like entry level. If you don't really know what leather kind of smells like, or you want to know or kind of get into leather fragrances, this is a pretty good one to like really like dip your toes into. Overall, it's pretty good, especially if you want that like suede leather kind of feel. This is a really good one to try out. And last, we have Superz Khamzat the Wolf. To me, this completely replaces ombre leather because it basically takes that DNA, adds some fruitiness with some raspberry and apple in there, that fruity sweetness, and then just like does everything else ombre leather does, but in a higher performance. Overall, it does give that bad boy type of feel, that bad boy with a leather jacket, but also that kind of showcases, a little sweeter side of giving it a little bit more of a mass appealing kind of feel, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with ombre leather, but sometimes some people just don't care for that scent. With that little bit of fruity sweetness, it makes it a little bit more likable and a little bit more mass appealing, and especially if you're going to be wearing something as loud as this, I would really hope that that's what you're kind of going for. Like, yeah, it gives that bad boy vibe, but you still want to be liked as a bad boy, right? And this, I mean, to be honest, this is one of the better leather fragrances out there, which is exactly why it's in this list.